Records in history exist where children became the focus of mysteries. For example, back in 12th century England, people found two children in a forest. They spoke a language that did not make any sense, much like gibberish. Instead of words, they made sounds as if they did not know how to speak. They wore strange clothes and had green skin. When they learnt English, they then told who they were and where they came from. But after even 1,000 years, the mystery of the green children of Woolpit remains unsolved. But that's not it. In Nuremberg, back in 1828, a boy was found. He felt difficulty in walking and speaking, but he had an envelope that had two letters, which marked the mystery of Caspar Hauser. Yet again, in 1922 in France, a girl went missing, but was found about 200 miles away from her village. However, her parents realized things were not right with her. What do these three stories have in common, and why do they stay unsolved to this day? Welcome to the Ancient Talks, a channel where we explain and try to make sense of some of the most bizarre and mysterious objects and phenomena scientists and archaeologists cannot explain about. We bring out some unexplained mysteries and historic events to discover whether they are myths or realities. This journey will confront us with realities, ancient objects and artifacts that mark a different history and truths than we know. In this video, we will try to solve the three strange stories of the most mysterious children in history. Let's get started. Once upon a time in the 12th century, Woolpit village in Suffolk County, England was a bustling place with close-knit communities. But one day, a local farmer made an astonishing discovery in the dense forest. While wandering, the farmer stumbled upon two young children, a boy and a girl. They seemed lost and scared, their eyes filled with confusion. What caught the farmer's attention, however, was their strange appearance. The children had bright green skin, unlike anything the farmer had ever seen. It was as if they were Martians or inhabitants of Mars, and this amazed and puzzled the farmer. With kindness in his heart, the farmer tried to communicate with the children, but to his surprise, they couldn't understand him and spoke only in strange gibberish. Realizing they needed help, the farmer decided to take them to Sir Richard de Cong, a wealthy landowner nearby. Sir Richard, known for his compassion, agreed to take in the bewildered children despite their extraordinary appearance. It was clear they needed care and nourishment. However, feeding them became a challenge as they refused every food offered. Days turned into weeks, and the children grew weaker and weaker, still refusing to eat. Then the cook had an idea. He brought fresh green beanstalks, hoping this peculiar food might interest them. And to everyone's surprise, the children eagerly devoured the raw green beans. This became their peculiar diet for months, sustaining them. Under Sir Richard's care, the children's health gradually improved. Their green skin faded away, replaced by a more natural complexion. But to everyone's surprise, sadly, the boy's health deteriorated, and he passed away. But the girl, named Agnes, remained strong. Agnes found a new home with Sir Richard's family. As she learned English, Sir Richard became intrigued by her extraordinary story. Agnes revealed that she and her brother had been tending to their father's flock when they accidentally discovered a hidden cave. Inside, they were enchanted by the sound of bells. Following the melodious chimes, they emerged into a world unlike their own. Agnes described this strange land as St. Martin's Land, an underground village where everyone had green skin. Above ground, perpetual twilight bathed the lush green landscapes in a gentle glow. News of the green children spread throughout Woolpit, sparking various theories about their origins. Some believed they came from a magical fairyland, accessible through hidden entrances in dense forests. Others suggested they had crossed into an alternate universe with different climates and cultures, and some even speculated they were Martians. As time passed on, Agnes adapted to her new life on Earth, slowly becoming a part of society. While the story of the green children became folklore, credible sources like Ralph of Coggeshall and William of Newburgh documented their events the same as we told you. Ralph's account included supernatural elements, while William's writing leaned towards factual accuracy. Although the story of the green children has changed over time, the original accounts by Ralph and William remain important sources, yet the true nature of their origins remains a captivating and unsolved mystery. It continues to invite speculation, wonder, and endless possibilities. But this is not the only story of the mysterious children. Before we continue further, tell us, are you enjoying the video? If yes, please give it a like and subscribe to the Ancient Talks for more videos on mysterious ancient subjects. Let's continue now. Once upon a time, in the captivating city of Nuremberg, Germany, a remarkable story began to unfold on a peculiar day in 1828. The townsfolk noticed a teenage boy wandering the streets aimlessly, his steps uncertain like a toddler's. His words were murmured and made little sense. This caught the attention of the local police, who were perplexed by the boy's appearance. His worn-out shoes and disheveled clothes suggested a life spent on the streets. But there were curious contradictions. He also possessed an expensive silk handkerchief with fancy initials and wore a silk necktie that looked like an ascot. As the police approached the boy, they hoped to learn more about him. To their surprise, the boy didn't offer much information at first. However, they found an envelope on him containing 2 letters. The first letter, addressed to a cavalry captain, revealed a startling truth. It explained that the author, who claimed to have raised the boy, was not related to him. The letter revealed that the boy had been kept hidden away since birth, never leaving his home to ensure his secret location remained unknown. The author also mentioned that the boy had a strong desire to become a horseman, just like his father. Strangely, the letter gave the captain the choice to accept the boy or end his life. It ended ominously, saying that the author had to send the boy alone to Nuremberg, as going with him would have cost the author their own life. When the boy arrived at the police station, he introduced himself as Caspar Hauser. But that was just the beginning of the enigma surrounding him. Observers noticed that despite being 16 years old, he behaved like a young child, taking hesitant steps like a toddler. He often repeated the same phrases when he spoke. However, as people delved deeper into Caspar Hauser's story, they discovered that beneath his strange behavior, he had normal intelligence. As he calmed down, Hauser began to share his incredible tale of confinement and mystery. According to Hauser, he had spent his entire life locked away in a dark cell. He only had bread and water to eat, a blanket for warmth, and a few wooden toys for company. Hauser had never seen his captor's face, not even during the journey to Nuremberg. He had been told to keep his eyes down at all times, so his knowledge of the captor was limited to their voice, which haunted him. With no family to return to, Hauser found comfort in the care of a compassionate schoolmaster named George Daumer. Under Daumer's guidance, Hauser began his journey of education and self-discovery. However, the scars of his isolated life remained. He was bewildered when he saw his reflection in a mirror, searching for another boy behind it. When presented with a candle, he couldn't resist touching the flame and burned himself. Although he could eat various foods, he preferred only bread and water. As Hauser's ability to communicate improved, he shared more details about his mysterious past. He spoke of a recurring dream that transported him to a grand castle. In the dream, he encountered a tall man dressed in black with a sword and an elegantly dressed woman. Hauser wondered if this dream held fragments of a forgotten memory. By that time, news of Caspar Hauser spread throughout Nuremberg, captivating the people. They were intrigued by this mysterious boy and came up with their own theories. Some believed he was a skilled trickster, relishing the attention he received. Others whispered that he might be a lost prince, possibly the son of Grand Duke Carvan Baden and his wife Stephanie de Bornay. Regardless of whether Hauser's story was true or not, fate caught up with him. In 1829, Hauser was found in a basement bleeding from a severe head wound. He claimed that his captor had attacked him, recognizing the voice under the hood. The attacker chillingly uttered, "You still have to die." Months later, living with another family, Hauser was accidentally shot while reaching for a book on a high shelf. From that point on, Hauser moved from one home to another, leaving behind unanswered questions. People found him gentle, but questioned his honesty. In 1833, tragedy struck again. Hauser stumbled into his home, clutching his chest and covered in blood. He claimed that a stranger had stabbed him in the park and left behind a purse. Suspicion arose, and doubts were cast upon Hauser's credibility. Reluctantly, the police investigated the crime scene. To their surprise, they found a small purse with a note written in reverse handwriting. The note cryptically mentioned that Hauser could accurately describe the writer's appearance and vaguely referred to the Bavarian border and a nearby river. But it didn't provide much concrete information. Strange elements surrounded the incident. Despite the snow, only one set of footprints could be found. And those footprints were of Hauser's only. The folded letter matched Hauser's peculiar folding habit. The grammatical errors in the note matched those commonly made by Hauser. Some suspected that Hauser had caused his own injuries, but had gone too far unintentionally. Sadly, Hauser succumbed to his wounds 3 days later. Even after his death, the mystery of Caspar Hauser continued to intrigue people. Speculations and theories abounded, but the truth remained elusive, locked within the enigmatic tale of this extraordinary young man. But the third story is not less strange than Caspar's. The Picard family lived on a simple farm in Brittany, France. Among their 9 children was a 2-year-old girl named Pauline. One day, in April 1922, while playing with her siblings, Pauline vanished without a trace. News of her disappearance spread quickly, and a desperate search began. People speculated that she might have been attacked by a wild boar or lured away by a strange chimney cleaner offering candy. Some neighbors even claimed to have seen unfamiliar people near the farm around the time Pauline went missing. However, it seemed highly unlikely that a vulnerable 2-year-old could survive on her own in the wilderness. The Picard family mourned the loss of their beloved daughter. But then, around a month later, a miracle happened. A young girl was found wandering alone in a town called Cherbourg, far away from Brittany. When the police showed a photo to the Picard family, they couldn't believe their eyes. Yes, it was Pauline. Overwhelmed with joy, her parents hurried to bring her home. However, upon their reunion, they noticed that something was different. Pauline seemed distant and unresponsive, as if she had lost her memory. Despite this, her sisters recognized her right away, bringing comfort to their worried parents. They hoped that being back in their familiar home would help Pauline remember and bring their lives back to normal. Little did they know that the journey ahead would be anything but easy. A few weeks later, a farmer made a chilling discovery in a field near Picard's farm. He found the lifeless body of a young girl, and her clothes were neatly folded beside her. To their horror, the clothes were the same ones Pauline had been wearing when she vanished. Nearby, they also found the skull of an adult man. The scene was filled with mystery, and the focus shifted from the miracle of Pauline's return to finding answers about her tragic death. The police investigated the case thoroughly and had 2 possible suspects in mind. One was Karaman, a farmhand who had shown an unsettling interest in Pauline and made disturbing comments about finding her a new home. However, as they dug deeper, they realized that the timeline didn't match up, casting doubt on his involvement. The other suspect was Yves Martin, a local farmer who had visited the Picards. When he heard about Pauline's return, he made a cryptic statement and displayed erratic behavior. Martin was taken to a mental institution, but there was no concrete evidence to definitively connect him to the crime. The tragic death of Pauline Picard remained an unsolved mystery, leaving her family and the community with unanswered questions. Nobody can exactly tell whether the girl that had returned was Pauline or someone else. And why was Pauline, if she really was her, killed, and who killed her? What do you think? Were the green children of Woolpit normal, or did they come from an unknown land? What do the stories of these mysterious children suggest to you? Let us know your take on what in reality might have happened to these children. Would you like to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to the Ancient Talks and press the bell icon next to it. We bring videos that educate you on some of the enigmatic and unbelievable ancient objects and phenomena. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.